Hello again. Hi. Okay, part two. I'm just going to jump right in because we already did the part one. Connie Lance, it's not really a question, but she said, and this is just, I'm repeating this for everybody's reference in case this is something anybody's interested in. She says she belongs to a group, I'm assuming on Facebook, I'm not sure, called Bariatric Eating Support Group. Have you heard of it? I have not. They have a program called BOT, as in Back on Track. It gives a program of how you can lose the weight of regain. Just wondering, keep up the good work. You can do it. Thanks, Connie. I appreciate the vote of confidence because sometimes I don't always know. And yeah, I'm in the group. I mean, I'm in the middle of with my third bariatric coach right now. I've worked with Andrea from Imperfect Life. If you've followed her blog or whatever, I'm doing a challenge with her. I've done coaching and fitness training with Tasha Knott from berryfit.com. And I'm actually going to start some training, or not training, coaching with Wendy, Banded Wendy today. In fact, in an hour, I'm going to talk to her. Bless her heart for giving me some time because I don't know, so yeah, I mean, I don't always know that every program's right for me, but I'm always willing to look at it because I can use all the help I can get. Jill Wigner Burkhart says, how far out were you when you gained weight? Did you reach your goal weight before gaining? How much are you able to eat at 3 years out for a meal? I'm 8 months out and have surpassed my 150-pound goal, and I'm 138. I'm terrified of gaining. How do you stop losing weight? I can't answer the last question, Jill, because I do not have a problem not losing weight. I have stopping. You know what I'm saying? I wish I had the same problem. You always want what you can't have, right? So let me go back. How far out when you started gaining weight? I was right at 18 months. And it was honestly like it started with a medical thing. I had a steroid shot in my shoulder and I gained weight 10 pounds overnight. Like in 10 to 12 days, I gained 10 pounds. So I knew it was from the cortisone shot. And then as I started dropping that, I got an IUD. So I got off oral birth control, which most people, they get off oral birth control and they lose weight. I'm the opposite. And I've always been that way with oral birth control, is that if I'm on it, I'm fine. But if I'm off of it, I'm a fucking pudge monster. And it happened. So it was right around it was June, end of May, early June of 2015 that I started gaining weight. I never got to my goal. I was at 181. My goal was 150 to 170, I'll say. I know that's a 20-pound range, but my body holds weight very strangely. So I didn't know, how I would look then. At 180, I felt like a fucking goddess, though. I felt good. I felt good. So I thought 170, 160 would be perfect. How much are you able to eat at 3 years out for a meal? It really depends on what I'm eating. I can eat like 17 pounds of popcorn because it's a slider food, right? But I can't eat potatoes very well. I can only eat a little bit of potato because it doesn't settle that well. I can only eat a couple ounces of steak. I can eat like 3/4 of a chicken breast with maybe a couple bites of vegetables, or like 2 drumsticks or a whole thigh. Like I can eat chicken pretty easily. I can usually eat an entire burger if it's in lettuce. I usually if I get it on a bun, I'll have like 2 bites of the bun and then take the bun off and just eat the burger. And I can usually eat most of that if I'm not eating fries or salad. So I would say a cup to a cup and a half of food most of the time. I make a lot of skillet things, like sausage and peppers, or I'm just about ready to make a sweet potato or spaghetti. Butternut squash and kale hash. And I'll make that with an egg on top of that. And I'll probably add some sausage, and it'll probably be minus the egg, about a cup plus an egg. And sometimes I can't do that actually. Like I eat 2 eggs with vegetables or sausage or bacon every morning. And sometimes I can't eat that much. Like every day is different. But for the most part, I'd say a cup to a cup and a half of food at any given time. Yeah. And in terms of, surpassing your goal, and you're terrified of gaining, but you're also trying to stop losing weight, I would talk to your surgeon or your dietitian about maybe increasing your calories for a maintenance role. I think a little small fear of gaining is certainly healthy. I wish I had more of that. But at the same time, like if you're trying to not lose too much weight, I mean, and you're only 8 months out, honestly, like a little bit of regain will probably happen to you. So don't freak out. Don't, I know personally people who've developed eating disorders from the surgery, and you want to be very careful about that. I think you want to be aware, just be aware, and talk to your doctor in terms of maintenance range calories and things like that. Let's see here. Hillary Karen asks, when did you stop losing weight? How much are you able to eat at this point? I think I just answered that. I stopped losing weight in May of 2015 because I was still losing weight until I had that cortisone shot. I was losing weight at like half a pound a week. Not very fast, not like it was the first 6 months. But I was still losing, 3, 4, 5 pounds a month. So I was still losing weight. Let's see here. How much are you able to eat? I just answered that, so hopefully that answered your question. Is it just as hard to lose weight as it was for you pre-surgery? My 1 year was Wednesday, and I'm upset because I'm not at my goal. A lot of people do not get to goal their first year. I think it's depends on how much weight you have to lose, what your restriction is like, what surgery you had, and how strict you follow the rules. Not that it's dependent on any one of those things, but I was not at goal at 18 months. I still had 20 pounds to lose at 18 months. I had no doubt at that point that I would get to goal. I have more doubt now, obviously, being 40 pounds up from that. But don't be upset. A lot of people don't get to goal at 1 year, and don't compare yourself to others. Like, keep doing your thing, keep doing your program, keep working out, keep eating right, watch your intake, respect your restriction, and you will be just fine. I promise. And yes, it is very hard for me to lose weight. I would say, yeah, it's just as hard pre-surgery. It is just as hard, in fact. Yeah, maybe even a little harder, to be honest. Like, no, I take that back. The reason why it's not harder is because I do have the restriction. I do have the tool. I do have the thing in my physical body that says, stop, or you'll be sick. I mean, I still throw up. If I overeat, I throw up. There's certain foods I'm much more prone to throwing up, like sushi. I love sushi, but if I eat more than like 2 bites of a roll, I can eat other things, but if I eat the rice and I overeat sushi, I will throw up. So yeah, it's hard to lose weight for me though. It is. It's really, really hard. It's not easy at all. I have to be super consistent and super on it, same as before. Yeah. Okay. But happy 1 year surgiversary, Hillary, and don't just, yeah, I'm not going to say don't, but give yourself some grace at not being at goal. You'll get there. Emily W.B. Smedley asks, I would also be curious what your restriction is like now. I'm 2 years post-op and am surprised at how much I can eat. I'm wondering if we can eat more as the years go by. I think that that's true. I also think that if you respect the restriction will stay. Some days I don't have as much restriction and I'm surprised. And I think some of that's hormonal or maybe a dependency of like what I ate the day before. And other days I can barely eat, anything. Or I'm not hungry all day. Like I have to remind myself to eat because I'm very susceptible to low blood sugar. I don't have blood sugar issues generally, but if I don't eat for like 5 hours, like I start to crash, right? And my major symptom of hunger is headache and being fucking hangry. So if I by the time I feel the physical sensation of hunger in my stomach, I am well past hungry. So I try to eat like every 4 hours. I mean, I just try to have a little something so nobody gets killed. Basically. Yeah, but I still have restriction for sure. Like if I overeat, I'll still throw up or be physically uncomfortable. Sometimes I eat past the restriction, but not to the point of sick, being sick. So it's just experimenting and I'm still figuring it out. But yeah, it's still there and I'm so grateful for it every day. I'm so grateful. How do you Ashley Renee Marlowe Wernerschbach. How do you mentally handle regain and get things under control again? I don't know that I mentally handle regain. I mean, yeah. I mean, basically for me, it's just doing what I'm supposed to do. Drink. I never have a problem with water. I always drink my water. But tracking water, move your body on purpose, fuel your body the way it needs to be fueled. And everybody is different. A lot of people are like, I'm all about keto and low carb. And some people are like, I'm all about moderate carbs and low fat. Like every body responds to different diets differently. not diet like as in diet industry, but like food plans differently, different nutritional plans, right? So, I experiment with all the things I try to, but my problem is consistency. Like it's the diet mentality. Even though I'm 3 years out from surgery, there's still a part of me that's like, I don't want to diet. I want to, but the problem is that I can't go and eat wings and cheeseburgers and French fries and popcorn at the movie theater. I am not a normal person. Like I know everyone I know can go and do those things in moderation and be fine, but I cannot. And the feeling of mental restriction on what I can and cannot eat really bugs me, and it creates this whole deficit and deprived feeling, and it sucks, and I hate it, and then I end up pouting, and then I cave, and blah, 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 blah. So, and yes, by the way, for everybody who's asking, I've done therapy a lot, and hypnosis, and all the things, to no avail. So, it's really on me. There's no magic solution. I have not figured out why I do the things I do. But, yeah, I just fake it till I make it though. I really try hard to eat the way I should, protein and produce, and have those treats intermittently. I try not to keep things in the house that are going to make me lose control. If I have candy in the house, I will eat it. If there's ice cream in the house, I will eat it. If there is, you can have bags and bags and bags of chips in my house, and I could care less. I do not give a shit about chips. But if you have candy or cookies or ice cream, yeah. So they're not here. They're just not in the house. We have squares of dark chocolate in the house, and I can usually just have one square of dark chocolate because it's completely different than that artificial Snickers kind of candy, right? But M&M's, Hershey Kisses, forget about it. Forget about it. It's bad. So I just don't have them in the house. I mean, that's kind of one of the first things I do is I just really control what comes in the house, and try not to have anything around that will make me want to eat them. That I have to eat. Okay, so hopefully that answered your question. Ria Reloaded asks, are you thinking of plastics at some point? Yes, I'm still thinking about plastics. Especially my arms. I mean, again, right now they're more full than they were, 40, 30 pounds ago, but my arms are very big. So I would definitely still like to have surgery. But I'm not even going to entertain it at all until I lose at least the regain. Danielle Lopez Monson says, any regrets? Do you think that you would choose WLS today? No regrets. Absolutely. My regrets aren't about having the surgery. My regrets are how I treated the first year. I learned very fast that in the first year, you can really do anything you want. So I didn't practice the good habits. I did for a few months, and then I learned very quickly that I could eat and drink whatever the fuck I wanted to because I couldn't eat as much, and that it didn't matter. I'd still lose. Fast forward 2 years, right? And I can eat more of those things, and I still have those things. I mean, I know better now, right? But I didn't practice fully the way I felt like I should have. I wasn't completely non-compliant at all either. I up until probably like August or July of this last year, I was still drinking a shake or two every day. My protein intake was in the hundreds. I did really well about that. I eat more real food now, and I'm not really paying attention to my macros as much as I should, and that will change. That will change come the new year. Again, right now I'm just focusing on like quality of food and not so much macros, but that will change. So that's my regret. My regret isn't about having the surgery. I would do it again in a minute. If I thought, I would do revision, honestly, if I knew I didn't really want RNY. Like I really, Roux-en-Y really scares me a little bit for my body personally. And also, what's the point if I'm not changing my habits? Like, I need to get that shit down first. If I do like a year solid on a diet, or, like a good eating plan where I'm following my macros and like my concessions are small and not every week and not every day, and I don't lose weight, then maybe I'll reconsider a revision or consider a revision. But at this point, I'm very pleased with getting the sleeve. I'm pleased with my initial results. I'm still 100 pounds down from my very heaviest. You know, I'm 80 pounds down since my 2-week pre-op diet. I am still in regular sized clothes. I mean, it's shocking, barely in regular sized clothes, but I am. I still have, you know, physical capacity to do things I couldn't do before, even though it is a little bit more limiting than it was like 40 pounds ago. You know, I mean, those are still things. And a lot of it's more mental shame of my gain than massive physical ones. So, but yes, if I had to do it all over again, I absolutely would. Irina Hood says, do you still drink your shakes? How is it day-to-day life after the honeymoon period is over? I am not drinking shakes right now only because I'm on the Whole30. And so like I'm not drinking, having any dairy, and my shakes have dairy in them. And I also ran out of my vegan Shakeology, which is my favorite thing. And I actually am going to get some more of that any day now. So I will be going back to drinking that in the morning. I'm not very hungry in the morning, so I appreciate having a liquid breakfast. And then I eat lunch at like 11:30, 12 o'clock, kind of early, you know, because then I'm hungry. But I'll have a shake at like, I get up at 7:30, 8 o'clock, and I'll have a shake at like 9:30, and then I'll eat like two and a half hours later. So yeah, I still do the shake because I'm just not hungry in the morning, and so I feel like I need to have something, and my vegan Shakeology is amazing, and it makes me feel like $1 bazillion. But I just ran out. I just ran out. So, but I'm getting some soon. And my husband drinks Shakeology too, but he drinks the non-vegan kind, and so it has dairy in it. So on the Whole30, I'm not doing a shake. How is life day to day? It's a fucking battle. I'm not gonna lie to you. You guys, not everybody has this, so don't take my experience as the gospel. But it is a struggle every day, because every day I want a glass of champagne. Every day I want Carl's Jr. That's not true. I mean, that's not really true. Like, I eat really good whole food. My diet on a day-to-day basis is really good. It's just the little concessions that I forget. Like, I'll go to a party and I'll have pigs in a blanket, or I'll go to a party and have 3 glasses of champagne and not eat it all. And then I'm, you know, like that sort of thing. Just moderating still to this day, even portion. Like, I can eat a lot of cheese and crackers before I feel full. I don't know if it's the cracker portion of that gives me the slider food thing, but just trying to, I don't know how to describe it, but I wish I had done that first year differently. I mean, I wish I had instilled those habits early, because my brain is still like, why can't I lose weight even though I want to eat and drink whenever I want? And I totally know that that's not true, but my child brain is like, right? I still track every day. Even if I don't finish my entire day, I still log into MyFitnessPal every fucking day. Yeah, and I just try not to go crazy. You know, I mean, if I'm faced with, I don't know. I try to moderate, and it's hard though. I'm having a hard time. It's hard. I'm not gonna lie. That's where I'm at. Okay, one more question, you guys, and I'm done, I swear. Michelle RNY says, how do you reset after having a bad run of eating, or not working out, or not drinking enough water? Do you ever have those issues? Yeah, I totally do. I never actually have the issue in regards to the water. I get 64 to 120 ounces of water in every day, no matter what. I have a 32-ounce tumbler from Starbucks that Lauren gave me, and I drink 2 or 3 of those a day. So I never have a problem. I drink one before I usually even have breakfast in the morning. I drink another one. I drink like a half of one between breakfast and lunch, and then I drink another 1 to 1.5 after lunch between dinner. And I don't drink a lot of water after dinner because I tend to get up in the middle of the night a lot to pee. And so I try not to drink anything after like 8 o'clock. It doesn't help. I still get up like 14 times to pee, but sometimes it's better than like 32 times. It's fine. In terms of how I reset after a bad run of eating or not working out, the working out one I already kind of answered. Like, I just fake it till I make it. Like, honestly, I'll tell you a trick that I've learned about myself, and I've known this before, and I'd kind of forgotten it, and I just remembered it recently, is that if I get up in the morning and I put my pajamas on, because I work from home, so I can put my pajamas on and go about my business, I will not go to the gym. I won't. I will shower and I'll get dressed and I'll find a reason to not go. However, if I get up and the first thing I do after getting up and peeing and weighing myself or whatever is I put on my gym clothes, I am 98% more likely to go to the gym. or 98% general, like going to the gym, it's a, like so much more likely that I will go and way less likely for me to talk myself out of it. So for me, it's like getting up and putting on my gym clothes. If you prefer to work out after work, it's like, okay, you're off work, you change into your gym clothes. You don't go home. Or you go straight to the gym and change. Like you set up a thing that once you get home and you start dinner for the kids and you're like, or whatever, then it's a lot easier to be like, I'm tired and I'm busy and I've been doing all this and I just don't feel like it tonight. Versus like, okay, I've got 45 minutes. I'm going straight to the gym, or I'm in my gym clothes before I leave the office. I'm going to the gym. Like, it's just easier to do it that way. So it's these little tricks, putting on 2 sports bras and these I wear these high-waisted pants from Old Navy. What are they called? They're like compression pants, I guess. And it's like getting in and out of those is no easy feat. So I'm only getting in them if I'm going to the gym, and I'm only getting out of them once I've sweated it. Like once they're like, I'm not going to just get out of it. I'm going to go and work out and make it worth it. So that's how I do that. In terms of eating, and I also schedule it in my schedule. Like I make sure that, if I'm going to a class or I have social things, that I'm making sure that I'm choosing this over that. So like I have it in my schedule. Or if I've got a really busy day of meetings, then I have an hour and a half blocked out during my day to go and do the gym. So scheduling, planning, and dressing for me are the keys. In terms of reset after a bad run of eating, I generally start back with shakes for sure. Like definitely a liquid breakfast. And I meal plan. I'm like, okay, this week I'm making chicken tenders and salad and homemade salad dressing and a hash and a sausage dish and a chicken, like I make like 5 things that I have around the house and I can throw some of it in the freezer. That way, and I have carrots for snacks and nuts and pistachios and, I don't do a lot of cheese anymore, but like cheese sticks or whatever it is that's easy to pack, hard-boiled eggs, whatever. I meal plan. I'm like, okay, I'm going to eat these 4 things. I'm going to make them in the first couple days of the week, and then I have them to pull on all week long. Meal planning is imperative for me. If I'm like just winging it, then I end up going out for takeout a lot more. Also, I'm a very social person, and I tend to get the same sort of things when I go out to eat, like a burger without a bun, or what do I often order? Like a salad, or like a taco salad's always a safe bet. I just don't eat the shell. Things like that. I don't eat a lot of bad food when I eat, like in terms of like I don't do pizza, or it's usually like deviled eggs, or Scotch eggs, or burgers, or I don't know, things like that. I don't usually choose the pastas and the fettuccinis and the macaroni. I don't usually get those kinds of dishes. It's usually a burger or a salad. So what was my point? But if I'm being more social, then those are more difficult challenges, right? So lately, especially because it's so important to me right now to not gain weight over the holidays, I actually haven't been going out at all. I went to a party on Saturday. It was the first time I'd been out in like 2 weeks. Like I haven't done anything. So, I spend a lot more time at home, which means I'm bored, which means I'm much more susceptible to boredom eating, but all I have in my house are like sunflower seeds. So like, so what if I binge on sunflower seeds? I mean, it's like not candy. So that's my concession right now. I fake it till I make it. I plan. I think meal planning, and focusing on whole foods. I don't eat processed food almost ever. I never eat anything out of a box. I don't eat a lot of, like pepperoni sticks. I mean, I know that's a really big thing in the community, but I don't do any of the Quest things. I don't do any of the protein chips. That stuff's not important to me. I would rather have real food. To me, that's not real food. So yeah, I focus on just cutting all of that stuff out and focusing on whole food diet and planning and grocery shopping accordingly. So, okay. Yay! I finished all the questions, you guys. How'd I do? Yay! I'm so excited. I didn't come into with a video last week, so, I don't know if I will again this week. Excuse me. Yeah, I mean, I don't really have anything going on this week, so maybe I will. But I also will not look as cute as this because I worked really hard on this face today. Okay, you kids, I so appreciate all of your thoughtful questions. This was super fun. And just thanks for the support because like I've been super, super blue. Like I feel a lot better mood wise, like I said earlier, but I'm really struggling with this process right now. So having you guys out there and other people who are further along who have had or, are changing their habits or in process of kicking ass, is all amazing stuff that keeps me motivated and on my game too. So, or more on my game than I would normally be. So anyway, reach out to me if you have any questions or want to talk or whatever. You are always welcome to message me on the Facebook. I am around all the time. All right, you guys, keep it fly out there. I will talk to you later. Bye.